Jeff, who writes, I can see the similarity. Ice cream, handgun, yeah, they look alike. They both look alike. I think she got a big enemy. Whoever rang should be charged. Judge Porter, what did you see in that video, and do you think it was handled well?
Well, I think ultimately it was held well. I mean, what do you do as an officer when you get this type of a call? I mean, it puts you in between a rock and a hard place. And I think that at the end, they handled it well and with an apology that was deserved.
Sandra, tonight, it was handled correctly. They were going off information from the dispatch center, so they approached that scene on the defense. Officers calmly got her out of the car. She walked back slowly. They spoke calmly to her. It was resolved without the incident. The fact that she's pregnant is irrelevant. DeWitt Lacy, as you watch that video and the interaction between police and the public, I mean, this is what we're talking about day in and day out. Your thoughts?
Thanks for the question, Vinny. Look, I will say that I think that law enforcement handled this the way they're supposed to. They got a call about somebody with a gun, very descriptive, the license plate. So, you know, they have to conduct at that circumstance a felony stop. I disagree that the fact that she's pregnant is irrelevant. I think that is definitely relevant. However, I don't know how law enforcement could have known that without necessarily asking her, given especially that you don't want to just, I guess, give that back to her without knowing.
Careful.
You know. Yeah, exactly.
Careful, DeWitt. We're all very careful with that. I know
Yes.
exactly where you're going. Al tonight writes, the only thing I see wrong is instead of handcuffing her, have the female officer pat her down for everyone's safety, then proceed with the questions, but no need for handcuffs because she did not resist one bit. Joseph Marone, do you have a problem with the handcuffing?
No, not when there's a gun involved. I mean, police protocols, as long as they're following it. I mean, anytime you have a gun, I mean, if she was pregnant, but what happens if she was mentally ill and she did have a gun and she just decided to take the gun and shoot one of the officers, shoot someone else? I mean, could that have happened? Maybe, but, you know, let them follow the protocol. As long as they're doing their job, I think that's what's necessary for the community. And I think, you know, they apologized at the end. They did the right thing. So it worked out well.
And
Will writes, the caller. Go ahead, DeWitt.
And also, Vinny, we got to remember that there was a report that there was someone else in that car. So law enforcement didn't know initially.
That's right. The original call did talk about two different people. Will writing tonight, the caller did the right thing. She saw something odd, a lady with a gun on another person, so she calls 911. Okay, so what's the problem? There is no problem. Move on. Will, Judge Porter, I don't think there ever was a gun. I think this was someone who was calling on someone that she had a problem with her for some reason, unbeknownst to any of us. But it seems to me that's maybe where the investigation should go after the 911 caller at this point.
Right. They should be looking for that person who gave this egregious information. But, you know, it's not about moving on. In the climate that we're in, we have to look at everything, unfortunately, with a microscope. And I think that they did it right today. They did it right with that stop and did what they were supposed to do to keep everyone safe. They weren't reckless with her or roughhousing her. And then she was free to go.
But no, tonight, with our final comment, 911 callers like her should be arrested. People are deliberately making these kinds of calls to actually get people killed. They need to make an example out of these people, and I agree with Benoit. That's a problem because we are seeing more and more of that. Hey, what a job tonight. Great to have everyone on board. Joseph Marone, DeWitt Lacy, and Judge Tiffany Porter. Appreciate your time, your expertise, and your insight.
Thank you, Vinny.
Great to have you on the show again. Thank you so much. All right, folks, that's it for tonight.